Good evening from InvestSharp.com. It is Monday, July 5th, and this is Randy Smotone with your weekly watch list. I have been out of town and just got in this evening, so that's why the watch list is super late, even though I had an extra day. I didn't see a lot out there. The charts are a big mess, but I will go over some stuff, and you need to be really careful in this market. It didn't show any desire to go up at all last week, and of course we can play the downside, but it's just pretty nasty market. So VGR, nice breakout here. Got volume behind it. Might be worth a watch. CIB flagged out. Had good volume, went higher. I don't like the MACD's a little lower here. Up here, it has at resistance at 52 area. So you need to, watch that resistance there, but it's worth a watch. Dollar Tree. The MACD is pretty bearish looking. Dollar Tree's going up. MACD's going down. So you got this bearish divergence. I think Dollar Tree could be possibly topping out up here, so be careful. It's at resistance. It could break out higher and then roll over, but it's been a bullish stock. But like I said, MACD looks like to me is probably going to top out there. We got these little CPNO has been really strong. Nice uptrend here. These little indecisiveness, these little tweezer look things going on, maybe resistance here, and it may pull back at least to here, and then it could break down. So again, be careful going long and short either direction. Just kind of need to wait till the market first hour or so the market kind of get a feel for it over the next couple of days, even though we are a little bit oversold here. NLY, I like this tight consolidation, so watch for breakout higher or a breakdown. Newmont Mining, as long as it holds that uptrend line, it's been doing pretty good. Cavium Networks, it had a triangle, it broke out. Now it's retested this uptrend line. As long as it can hold that uptrend line, it's at a low risk entry point here to go long, and then you can always bail on it if it takes out this low day here at about 25.35. Still like this Fleur Systems as long as it can hang on. It keeps closing above that 29. So still liking this one about as well as anything out there. PPO, it's still holding up pretty well. So I'm still kind of watching this one. GLD, as long as it's going to hold the 90, the gold itself, GLD had pulled way back last week, and a lot of the miners were really struggling and taking a hit. So keep it. Of course, Apple, we still need to be watching this every day. If Apple's weak, it's unlikely the market will go up that day, or so you need to watch Apple pretty much all day long. Needs to be on your radar. And Apple, the MACD here, it's telling me Apple's probably going to break lower. It may not do it immediately, but it's just MACD's not looking good unless the MACD's bottoming here, which is possible. But not looking good. AGN, nice bullish breakout out of the up above the downtrend line. Massive volume, 7% increase, so worth watching on the long side. CRM, as long as it can hold this support area of this trend line, it's another one that they started just kind of beating up everything, all the strong stocks, taking profits, getting out. As long as Cirrus can hold this, I like it for a long. It can hold the uptrend line. Netflix again needs to be can maintain that uptrend line. MACD's looking really weak though. And of course your BGZ, your large cap bear, 3 times leveraged, been very bullish because as the market goes down. This is a SH. This is not leverage. This is not like a double or triple leverage. This is just 1-for-1 SH. So very bullish again. Long it if the market continues lower. SDS. This is ultra short leveraged, and the S&P, and then FAZ is of course the 3 times bears. So you could go along that if we keep going down. And of course, if we do get a bounce, you could play the FAS. So bearish, more bearish. We've looked at this one last week as well. This is just not this is just not looking good. It's trying to, it fell, had a breakdown here, lots of volume. It's been trying to slow down here. I mean, it does have could have some support all around here. It's got a congestion zone. So if the market really breaks lower here later in the week or whenever, I would think this one could go a lot lower. ESI, this is how it had a big breakdown, and it's already had a huge fall. So this is just looking nasty. You need to catch this one on a bounce probably. Steel, United States Steel, breakdown of this uptrend line, not looking good for steel at all. So As long as it can stay below here, this area, you could definitely be short United States Steel. And there's your, you can kind of see it across here. Not looking good. FFIV. FFIV, we're watching this, and it looks like it's about to break down. The MACD's going lower here than it was over here and here, so it's got this rising wedge pattern. I think it's going to roll over, so you might want to watch it for a short or use puts, whatever. CMA, how did I get a 2-year on there? This Co-America, another one that is just not looking good. It's got volume picking up to the downside. It could get a bounce back up to here if we bounce this week, but just keep this one on radar too. Just not looking good for that one. CMG, talked about this rising wedge. It did break down. As long as it can stay below this area here, then you could short it, or you could like to do a short vertical spread above it or something like that, but not looking too good there. Lexmark, LXK. So big breakdown. It's got the volume to support it. This should be a resistance area now, and as long as it stays below this area, again, puts or short if it's available. I mean, I'm sure it is with this volume, but I haven't looked or anything, so I don't short anyway. I either use spreads or I use puts options, but so there's another bearish idea. Precision Cash Parts looks like it's got a head and shoulders here, topping out. Looks like it has been trying to stabilize here though, so you need to wait for the volume to break lower. But if it loses this, and of course it looks pretty much like the S&P and everything, it's probably going to go a lot lower. Do whatever the S&P does probably. PII, Polaris. Another one of these that looks like it's breaking down. It had it's got some support here, and then tried to stop here, and then it broke a little further Friday. So I want to keep watching that one. This technology stock, it touched here, then it broke down, come back and retested where it broke, the backside there, and it's fallen over. It's just another one, just tons of volume to sell side. It does have a little bit of support here, which it looks like it broke down from it a little bit Friday. So especially if you could catch it up here in some type of a bounce, then you might want to try to reshort that one. Ralph Lauren, another one, looking terrible. Breaking down from this level that it's had support a couple times. It does have support down here below it, and it's trying to stabilize here. As long as it doesn't take out this trend line, this downtrend line here, again, short or puts. Tiffany, another one breaking down. Lots of breakdowns. So the charts are getting pretty nasty. We're really getting pretty nasty to the downside as far as not falling that fast, but just can't get a bid to go up. Again, 40 or so. I need to get through the Amazon. Of course, it had broken down. Another one that's looking pretty bearish here. Win started breaking down out of this triangle pattern, and the volume's picking up. And of course, WLT again breaking down. CLF, whoops, come on. CLF, another one that yeah, it was on its 200-day moving average. I don't think, let me see if it still is. Nope, it's lost its 200. I thought it did. So another one here that touch, and then volume picked up, broke down. It's about 50, should be resistance. Then a couple of triangles. There's not much for patterns out there because the charts are so nasty. So here's a little triangle. It's trying to break out, Noble. So you might want to keep this one on radar if it can take out Friday's high. HSNI. Got a triangle, so watch for breakout or breakdown here. BHI, another one, it's got a triangle. Watch for breakout of the triangle or break down to the downside of the triangle. Triangles themselves. Teva is trying to possible breakout above this. The 30 is resistance right now, but it's trying to break out above that. So that is really it. Let me show you this. This is kind of what I covered, and it's pretty nasty. So be careful. Give the market, maybe the first 30 minutes to an hour to kind of get a feel if we actually might get a little bit of a bounce. And of course, that doesn't mean we'll hold it into the close. So I don't know where we're going. It'll whatever news comes out or whatever, and I'm not sure what we're going to do in short term. But futures were kind of rough earlier. I haven't checked them here in the last hour or so, so I'm not sure what they're doing. But all right, so I will be back with you all tomorrow, and good luck.